Hello, everybody. We're back again. It's the ABC crew at Talk Futbol Live. I have Jordan and Charles here with me, and we're going to be looking at the fixtures after the international break. How are you guys doing today?
It's
Great,
good to be
great.
back, man. It's
We're
good to be
ready.
back. Good break.
Football is back.
Did you guys watch any of the international games?
Yeah, I caught up with some of the England games. Watched some of the clips of the was it Sweden? Because I started looking at our boy Eucharist. I don't know if we're getting him, but man, it's funny that Isak and Eucharist playing for Sweden,
Yeah,
and those are two strikers that
that anybody in the world would probably take
I
right
mean, and
now.
I'm just thinking like, why is Sweden not beating everybody, man?
I think it's going to Man U though. It's going to follow the new boss.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what
Yeah.
I've been hearing.
I'm gonna be pissed because it doesn't make any sense. Maybe that's why they signed him, but basically that's
I
It's
mean, we
hard.
want Chelsea
I
also.
wouldn't understand it too because they've got Xerxes, they've got Haaland.
exactly
Anyway,
you have all these players. So what are you going to do to them?
yeah.
They'll find.
Anyway,
They'll find.
before we go ahead, guys, please, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in as always. I asked the question about the international break because the games I catch up with, I catch up to see how players are doing. Players are playing the Premier League and
Reason and all that.
ahead of the coming next weekend. Do I need to make any FPL transfers? Who's on
Yep.
form?
Yep.
Things like that. So that's why I watch international games when I watch international games. But yeah, it's week 12. The league is starting to shape up. Liverpool has taken a healthy lead at the top of the league. And going into this week, they have an easy fixture against the bottom team, Southampton. So I don't see them giving up that top spot anytime soon. Let's take a look at the fixtures. We're gonna go through it for our viewers. We're gonna go through each fixture. We're gonna, just give some background information on things that we've seen from each of those teams over the break, what we're expecting to see this weekend. We'll take predictions, and it should be a good time. Should be a good time.
Yep. Always.
All right. All right. So first game of the weekend.
The best
Leicester
in
against
London.
Chelsea.
I don't know why you're laughing though. He's the best team in London. Why are you laughing?
I can't laugh again.
That's all I said.
Every time to laugh.
Why you are laughing?
What I know was Charles was feeling confident because it's like, they're gonna win that game and then they can spend the rest of the weekend,
Are they gonna
laughing
win?
Dissing everybody.
Are they really gonna win?
So tell us, you guys are going to the King Power
Are they really
Stadium.
gonna win?
Are you gonna win that game?
Yeah, definitely.
Is Cole Palmer fit now because he was injured, during the break? He played the full game against Arsenal.
It remains unfit, if you know what I mean.
He remains unfit.
It remains unfit till Saturday morning when he's going to face Leicester City. But in all seriousness, I think we're going to win this game. I mean, after the Arsenal game, I mean, we got lucky at the end. I would say that, but we showed that we in business. So we carry that momentum into this game. And of course, hopefully we don't get a draw. We need to win this game. So yeah, I'm expecting a win in this game. Scoreline prediction maybe 3-1 in favor of Chelsea. My favorite scoreline.
Okay. By the way, Lavia is out injured.
Yeah, he's out injured. But see, honestly, as of right now, Chelsea's midfield is kind of shaky because I think Lavia is out injured. Caicedo is shaky. I'm not sure about Fernandez. Summary of it all is this is a time where Chelsea having 2-3 teams should play out. So I don't want to hear any excuse. I don't care who's
so who comes in, because I think Lavia has been a big part of why you guys have been stable, right? You guys have had a good run of games, and I think Lavia being fit is a big part of that. Like, I'm a big fan of Lavia. Him being injured, I think, is a big miss for you. I know there's been a lot of talk about Caicedo being the best midfielder so far this season, but I think Lavia brings a sense of calm and stability to that midfield that you guys don't experience with Caicedo and Fernandez.
Yeah, so the thing about it is, I mean, there's so many options to pick from. I don't know if anybody can replay what Lavia brings to the team.
You don't have any player that in your squad.
Say that one more time. We don't
I
have
say
any player
you don't have that. You don't have any other player like him in the squad.
Yeah, we don't really. So the coach is gonna have to maybe make some formation adjustments. But the likes of what's his name now? Kani Chukwemeka playing in that role. I think Enzo may be okay too to play. I mean, he's gonna play with maybe one defensive midfielder and bring attackers in to choke up the midfield. Nkunku can play in the midfield also. Of course, we have Kopama. So those guys will be more offensive. But if Enzo can sit back, if he's fit, if not, I think they're gonna find someone. At the end of the day, there are rumors of Reece James playing in that role, in the DM role. We don't know how true it is. So we shall see. But like I said, regardless of the injuries, we have 2 to 3 teams, like Bjorn will always say. So the coach is his job to find someone. Find someone and let's get these 3 points.
Okay.
Ayo. I don't understand what this guy is saying. To be honest, this guy, you started the game.
Bjorn,
I didn't say you have 2 or 3 teams. You have 2 or 3 teams. I didn't start it. I didn't create it. That is the reality. You have 2, 3 teams.
Sorry, I brought your name into it. Let's move on quickly.
Oh goodness. Okay. All right. On to the next one. So Arsenal come up against Nottingham Forest. I think City Spurs is the other quote unquote big game this weekend. But if we were to pick out big games, this would probably be the other big fixture of the weekend, just by virtue of the fact of the positions both teams occupy. Right? Arsenal is 4th in the table, and Forest surprisingly at 5th in the table. Chris Wood has continued his scoring form. He's scored again for New Zealand over the break. So we're coming up against a resurgent side. Bjorn, let me get your thoughts on this. How are you feeling ahead of this game?
Didn't Nottingham Forest lose to Newcastle before the international break?
Yes, they did.
3-1, right?
They had a 2-goal lead and they lost it.
No. It was 1-0, 1-1, 2-1.
Oh, was it 1
They
goal
lost. They lost 3-1 to.
They lost 3-1. They scored first.
They had a 1 goal lead. Okay, my bad.
They scored first and then they lost 3-1. Yep.
Okay.
Did they lose 3 goals at the end of the game though? Did they concede 3 goals at the end of the game?
Yeah,
no, they were spread out over the game in the second half.
The last 2 goals were scored very late in the game. Right?
Okay, I think that's what it was.
So Isak scored in the 54th minute, Joelinton in the 72nd, and Harvey Barnes in the 83rd. So it was fairly spread out over the second half.
Okay, you guys remember, I think, one of the last 2 recordings when I said Nottingham Forest is doing okay. Fine. I recognize that. They're doing well. That's fine. But if you look at it very well, they've been stable under Nuno because Nuno has set them up to defend better than the last season where they had a different manager. So they contain. Chris Wood has been on fire, is converting well. But I did tell you that will not last. And I think Newcastle has just started it. Now, Arsenal should take this game seriously, regardless. But I told someone, you remember every season where we always have 1 or 2 teams that will spring up and stay in the top 4, top 6, but eventually they'll probably end up like 8 or 9 or 10. I think Nottingham Forest is that team. I think Brighton can stay up. So Brighton will not be the surprise. I think they will maintain that. But I don't see Nottingham Forest maintaining this form to the rest of the season. It will still be a good season for them because they'll probably finish maybe 10, 11. I still don't think they will even make Europe, right? But I think Newcastle has reset them to where they should be. And I think Arsenal should do the same and compound it and let them know that, hey, please excuse us.
I think this game is going to be a draw, but
no. I don't think it's going to be a draw. You know why? Because Odegaard is back, so we're going to create more chances. They're going to defend more. They do have exciting and quick and young players on the wings. You know, all those Elanga, Odoi. I think Odoi is injured, right? I think he might be. Is he?
I haven't heard of it.
So we just need to take them very seriously.
You hope he is injured.
I mean, we'll see. They should play their best. I mean, it's good. I'm not wishing any player injured. But Odegaard is back. We should be able to create more chance. I hope Saka got a good rest so that I can be back. I know Ben White is out, which I'm not really worried about because this is the best time for him to actually have the surgery because Calafiori is back. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've heard about that. So Calafiori can play
I
to the
didn't
left.
see him in training though.
Was that?
I didn't see him in training though, but I did hear that
I
he's
heard
been
he's back. So
training.
if he's back, I think that's good because we can play Timber on the right. I don't want Partey to be wasted and be played in send right back. So
Yeah.
let Partey play his DM or rest for Rice. So I think we have a good squad to play Nottingham Forest. And I think we should do our best and make sure that we get that 3 point just to keep the pressure on Liverpool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think it's good at least the international break because I think it's going to allow us to recover some players. I've heard Tierney is coming back as well. Zinchenko, of course, is fit again. He played
That,
for
that one's
Ukraine and
still playing
scored.
football.
He is. He does.
Okay. That guy has not kicked ball.
Arteta said he looked sharp a few weeks ago, so I think he's on his way back. Yeah, I
Do
didn't
you
see
do
him.
you think he's going to return to an Arsenal squad? I don't think so.
He'll play. I think he'll play. I think it's inevitable that he plays. I don't know how much he'll play.
I think they want to play him to sell him.
Of course. I don't think Arteta sees him long term.
I mean, you have
Because every other
yeah.
fullback that we have is capable of inverting and playing midfield or being a ball holder. Ben White, Timber, Calafiori, Zinchenko. They're all ball players. Tierney is
Yes.
not that. All right,
Yes.
let's move on to Villa Crystal Palace. How do you guys see this one going? Charles?
Villa win. I know Crystal Palace are having sparks of brilliance here and there, but I'll give it to a Villa win. I think Villa are still going to contend for that top six one way or the other. Top six, yeah, not top four, top six. So they're going to keep pushing. And I don't see them dropping points to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, the issue with Crystal Palace is I think they had a dip at the beginning of the season. I don't know. Glasner was trying to figure things out. Mateta came back from Olympics late. I think Mateta is coming back to form, but then Eze got injured, so it's like they don't have their full best players yet. Nketiah came into the team. He's been bright but hasn't scored or done anything. Contributed per se. So, and he's been dropped the last couple of games. So I think they're still trying to figure things out. I go for the Villa win as well. All right. Bournemouth against Brighton. That's a good fixture. Low-key, mid-table, pushing for Europe teams.
Yep.
Semenyo apparently was injured, but I think he should be fine after the break. Something about patellar tendon injury. I think he got a rest over the break, so he should be fine. He's been there start of the season.
Yeah, definitely. So,
but how do you see this going, Diodo?
That's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. But I don't know. It's either going to be a draw or Brighton will win this game.
Okay.
I'll go for a draw.
A draw? Okay. All right. Moving on to Everton against Brentford. Charles.
Gonna be interesting. It's kind of like a must-watch game, but I think Brentford takes this, provided they have their superstars in Wissa and Mbomo available. I know they are both rumored to be battling knocks at the moment, but I think that's an international break light. I love these players are using these days, so they don't go play for their country or whatever. But I think if Brentford plays all their full team, especially with like Wissa and Mbomo playing, I think they'll easily take a win on this.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is that Everton, were licking goals literally at the beginning of the season. Tightened up a bit recently. I think Sean Dyche was like, okay, we need to be, a bit more tighter. So they've only conceded 2 goals in their last 3 games. A goalless draw against West Ham and a 1-0 loss to, interestingly enough, Southampton. That was one of Southampton's wins this season. And a 1-1 draw before that to Fulham. So they've tightened up a bit, but the thing with Brentford is Brentford will always score.
Yeah. They always find a way. Yeah.
I likely see Brentford taking this. Wissa and Mbuemo are fine. They're fit, so firing. All right, moving on against Wolves. Theodore, how do you see that one going?
Um, Fulham will win this one. I think Fulham will win this. Yeah.
Thoughts on that? So Wolves have been struggling this season. They are 19th
Yeah.
on the
I mean,
table,
I don't think they
but they
have a
seem
win
to be
yet.
finding
Two
some
draw,
form.
right?
Hmm?
I don't think they've recorded a win yet. Wolves.
They
Wolves,
did
they did.
last week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that was the first one, right?
yeah.
Yes,
The one
they
that they
did
came back.
Southampton. That was their first win this season.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
this will be their second.
So that was their first one. Well, Fulham is looking good. Fulham is doing very well. So
Fulham have been good.
Yeah.
yeah, Fulham is doing very well. So I think Fulham is gonna win this one.
It's easy to call this for Fulham, easy. But like I always say, you guys don't like me when I say this. If Wolves win, I won't be surprised.
Oh god.
This
Fulham will win this one.
is one of those games where without the scoreline, Wolves win, Fulham win, draw, I won't be surprised.
Dude, every game has three possibilities. Either
I
one
know, I
team
know.
wins, the other
But
team
I don't always
wins,
call
or is
out.
a draw.
I don't always call out those three possibilities in all games. I'm calling it for this game.
Mm.
Yeah,
Would you be
because
surprised if Leicester beat Chelsea?
we've moved past that. Let's go for.
Oh god. All right. Moving on to the big game of the weekend, which funny enough, this game is on Saturday as well. These games usually come on Sunday, but
I
City
know.
face up against Spurs. We've heard the news over the break that Pep Guardiola has signed a new one-year deal, an extension. His current deal was supposed to expire this season, so it looks like he's agreed to stay on. Interestingly enough, for just one more year, you'd have expected maybe a brand new contract, but it's just an extension of 1 year, which means he's still in place. What do you guys think? Because City have been struggling, quote unquote, lately because they're still second in the table. So for City, they're struggling, but almost any other team would be happy to be where they are at the moment. Despite their struggles, they're still second. They're closest to Liverpool. And they've been struggling with injuries is the problem, right? They've
Yeah.
had a lot of their defenders out. Rodri, as we know, is out for the season, so they're not going to have that back. But over the break, I think they've gotten a chance possibly to recover quite a few players. Grealish, I think, is now fully back in training. Doku was injured a bit, but I think he should be back as well. And then, Diaz, Stones, Ake, Akonji have all had little niggles where they haven't been able to play. I think Guardiola has been the only player who has been really available for them, but they should get a combination of those four back. So how do you guys see them going in against Spurs? The other news that has broken is that Rodrigo Bentancur has been suspended for I think 7 games. Is it?
7 games
Uh,
and 100,000 pounds. Fine.
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 So for those who missed that over the summer, he apparently cracked a joke about his
Yes, sir.
captain, Heung-min Son. I think someone asked for Son's jersey, and he was like, or it could also be his cousin, something along those lines. A racial slur, meaning he said they all look alike. Those were his words.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think it's a bad joke. I don't think
It, quite distasteful. The FA looked into that and have banned him for 7 games. So he's bound to be out. I heard Spurs have
Spurs
appealed.
has appealed though, so
Yeah, but he will be missing for
I
the
mean,
season.
definitely is going to miss this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I, I don't know. I think. See, this is. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but this is where all the 3 defeats, or is it 4 defeats now? All the defeat that City has suffered so far this season, Spurs
They'll
is
take
going
it
to
out on
have
Spurs.
I pity I pity Spurs, honestly. Like, this is not going to look good for them. This is not going to look good. All the anger and frustration in Pep is going to let it out on Spurs. Now, Spurs has injury problems in the back line.
Yes,
So you're missing key defenders.
yes.
I don't know how they're going to do it with the way they play already.
Even with the key defender,
Line,
they were barely defending.
yeah. So how are you going to play against City and you won't defend? I don't understand what they are trying to do. So I just pity Spurs. I think it's it's going to turn out bad for them. It's going to be a bloodbath.
So you think we're looking at something like a 5-1 win for City in this game?
Yeah.
That
4-0,
bad?
4-1, 5-1. Yeah.
Wow.
But just to add something though, considering we are saying City, I mean Spurs don't defend, they attack reasonably,
They do
and
attack.
City's defense hasn't been the best this season.
Yeah.
They've conceded, sorry, in almost every game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a worrying factor for Guardiola. But like you said, Guardiola is angry. He's lost 3 games. I also think City's issue with defense, with injuries in the defense and the midfield to the likes of Rodri and Co. I think they're going to figure it out eventually. Now, if they figure it out when they are in 5th, if they drop to 5th or 6th, good for everybody else. But if they're still in 2nd and they figure it out, then we are all in trouble because they're still too close to the top.
Which is around the time now, right? They're still 2nd now. And that's why people are saying that it's not over. And I mean, of course, I want them to lose, but the 2nd, a win here will start changing their fortunes again.
Everything, which I was just about to say. Yeah, win here will start changing everything. So I think this game, regardless of how bad Spurs plays, City they also attack a lot and their defense hasn't been the best. So it's open season for both teams. But unfortunately, I think City has more strength in attack with the likes of Haaland playing up front. So I definitely expect a City win, but I wouldn't say 4-1 like you guys said or 5-1, whatever.
No, I said that because of the way Spurs play in the
yeah, I know. Maybe 3-1, 2-1, but I expect City to get 3 points.
Let's see. Interesting. Yeah. There will be goals for sure. City have only kept 2 clean sheets. One was against Southampton, which, as we know, is bottom of the league. The other one was against Chelsea on the opening day of the season. So they will concede for sure. Now, how many will Spurs get? We don't know. That should be exciting. All right, moving on to Sunday. Southampton face off against Liverpool. Is there even any point discussing this game?
Should I give my speech of three things can happen? Because 3 things really can happen, but not in this game. We'll all be shocked if Liverpool don't get away with 3 points. Now, who knows? Southampton can hold them and maybe get a draw. Miracles happen.
From where? How?
No. That's why I call it a miracle. Miracles can happen, but realistically,
there's some miracles that don't happen.
Well, we all expect Liverpool to get the 3 points, so that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, miracle can happen. You can have Salah get red carded. You know what I mean? And again, you've seen it before, right? Things happen. People get, games just change.
Are you really giving me it's possible?
No, I'm not giving you. I'm just saying don't rule it out. There are ways for Liverpool to lose the game, meaning if they are 1 man or 2 man down, right? Or it's just
maybe that when Nunes gets a red card.
Or this is when you see all those relegation teams trying to push back and just
it's too early for that. It's too early.
I don't think it's possible. That Jan Bednarek is injured. He's probably their best defender in this game. Speaking of interesting news, Taylor Howard-Bellis, the defender, made his debut for England over the break. He scored.
Yeah.
So good news for them, but I don't see them holding Liverpool.
I mean, the moment Nottingham Forest earlier in the season, Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool, I don't think any of us saw that coming, and it happened.
I mean, Nottingham Forest is better than Southampton.
I agree.
We didn't see that coming. Yes, you're right.
Yes. But are we surprised now? Maybe not. Would we be surprised if Southampton wins? Yes.
I agree.
I think everyone will be surprised, especially Liverpool, top of the league, and people tipping them to win. They're not going to, I mean, nobody should expect them to drop it.
And that's basically 20th versus first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Going on to Ipswich against Man United. Ruben Amorim officially joined. His first training session has been public. They put it on YouTube. We saw the squad, and a lot of their injured players I saw in that session. Tyrone Malacia was back. Luke Shaw was back. Alessandro Martinez was playing. Kopimeno was injured. He played in the training session as well.
These guys freaking injuries.
This is where I need Cincy. Honestly, I need Cincy on this show right now. know why? Because I have a question for you.
Why? Because you'll be excited?
No, you mentioned 3 names, right? And those 3 names are Tare Malasia,
Enhanced players.
Next players.
Shaw, right? These are players that their injury have cost Ten Hag his job.
His job. Yep.
Now,
That's why I said were they faking the injuries? That's why.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we shall see. I mean, Tare Malasia was a serious one, but it's funny that he's back. Are they back because they don't want to lose their spot, or because of the I don't know, but we shall see. Another thing that I will call out is this. Remember that Kieran McKenna, right, was also considered for this job.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
and
he
I
has
think
to
they
improve.
interviewed him and he said, no, it doesn't matter. That's not going to be the reason why he's going to, that's not his driver for this game. That he's just going to do what he used to do. But I don't believe that. I expect him to put up a very good show, have his team compete, because he was sometime considered for this role. So he needs to put up a very good performance against Ruben. Ruben, first game, is going to be under pressure. If he loses, people won't say too much about it, but they will speak because he lost to Ipswich, which is unexpected. You understand what I mean? But they will still give him like it's still the first game, he's just settling in, he doesn't know his players yet. But I think this should be an easy win for Man United, by the way.
Yeah.
However, Ipswich should be taken more serious. I mean, they are better than Southampton, and they've won their first game, even though Ayo said that they won't win any game this very much. Just like he said about Luton. Just as he said about Luton last season. So they've won their first game. And expect a very good performance. I don't know if Calvin Phillips will be back for this game, but those players are looking confident under Kieran McKenna.
Yeah. I also think I don't know if Man U, if we can say they would have the new coach bounce, because technically they've had it for the past 3 games that Rude has been taking charge of. So
Van Nistelrooy didn't lose any game with them.
Exactly.
On a draw.
Exactly. So, and I know Amorim, I know people say when you come in as a new coach, do you want to understand what the culture is and just go with it initially, or do you want to make your changes instantly and just put your imprint? We don't know what kind of mentality Amorim is coming with, but it will be good to see. We don't know if he's going to switch everything and change. I mean, people have said too much about his formations and how he likes wing backs and all those things, which we don't know who is going to play in those positions for him. It will be very, very interesting to see how he plays, but I think I expect them to win. With all we've said, with all said,
and I think Lisandro Martinez is injured again.
He's injured again. I mean, he has a rumored injury.
Well, he should be back. He should be back for this game.
There is a 50-50 chance he may be back. So regardless, even if he plays or he doesn't play, I think Amorim has the personnel to set up for this match, and it's very interesting to see how he plays. I expect him to win, but if he doesn't win, like Gordon said, it's his first game.
I expect to win. I think what a lot of people are more looking for is how he does it, right? He is known for his 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3 formation. And so I think everyone is looking forward to see how he sets up his team going into this game, right?
Yeah.
I think that's more what the conversation is. I don't think anyone is expecting him to lose or draw this game, but it's more, how does he set the team up? How does the team begin to show that they're picking up some of his methods and his tactics? There's rumors about maybe Amad Diallo playing as a right wing back. In the training session, we saw Malacia at left wing back, right? So how does he set up the players with the personnel? And he usually apparently uses inside forward. So who plays those roles? Where does Bruno Fernandes fit? I think that is what people are looking more for, what the answers will be in this game. So it's bound to be
everybody's on their toes now. Bruno
Fernandes, but quick.
Fernandes living early and coming back to the Man United training camp.
Quick question though. We've talked about Man U for a while. Since the Ferguson era ended, coaches have come and gone. Do you guys think Amorim is here to stay?
I don't know. It's Man United.
The thing is, the job is such a big job, and I think managers who have come in underestimate how big of a job it is. The only person who has maybe had the personality to fit in was Mourinho. But because people didn't like his style of play, I think that had a lot to do with why he ended up leaving. Plus, I think Mourinho's ego tends to get the best of him sometimes. But I think really he was the only one who had the personality big enough to fit what that Man U job demands. He's also been the most successful since
Yep.
Ferguson left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
To be honest,
Amorim ready for that? This is a completely different next level, right? If he survives, kudos to him because it's a big job.
yeah, and to add to that, so I'll say this, and if I'm wrong, don't come for me. But
Ah,
I personally believe, I
always say
personally believe, I
We will
personally,
come for you because when things go correct, you always tell us. Remember, I said it on that recording.
exactly.
Remember, I told
I'm
you
not answering
yesterday,
Chelsea's
right?
question.
2 days, 2 weeks ago, I
Oh
called
yeah,
you,
sorry,
right?
Build talk.
Uh,
Stop the
no,
recording.
no.
We won't hold it against him. Talk.
So I personally believe that Amorim will do better than the previous.
Dan
I okay.
Mourinho is the
Let me
benchmark.
take that back. Anytime people didn't like him, didn't play well, didn't have a style of play, didn't have an identity, didn't impose himself on the opponent, but they won trophies. So I have to be careful when I say he's going to do better than Eric. Meaning, doing better than Eric
Winning
means
trophies.
more trophy because that's the way you people judge today, which I disagree with, but that's the way people judge every team now. It's by trophies, even if you don't do anything. It's
I
like
don't want
you win trophy. As long as you didn't win trophy, people don't care. So I have to be careful with that, comparing him to Ten Hag because of that trophy count. However, I think he's going to play better than Eric Ten Hag. I've seen the coach. I watched him in Europe. It's a very decisive coach,
Okay.
and he sticks to his guns. So meaning he's not going to change that 34 whatever he plays. He's going to play it. He's going to stick to it. He's very confident of himself. He's very decisive. Unlike Eric Ten Hag, that the media got him. He fell for the trap of the media throughout his stay.
Yep.
Right. I think Ruben Amorim is trying to manage that. He came, like I think was it 2 days ago. He met with the fans and people invited, their families to come meet. So he's trying to understand the culture and you know sell himself, show himself uh to the fan base and get accepted. So I I think he will succeed. I think it's going to be straight. Also, the structure that Man United has now, which they try to fix, meaning because if you guys notice, it's referred to as the coach, not the manager, because they
Yeah.
changed the structure. So they want him to just focus on the football playing, right? So I think that might help him and take the burden of management off him, which I want to liken that to the changes that Chelsea made as well. Chelsea had to hire somebody that will listen to what the owner and the leadership wants to do about player and not disagree with them and just
Yeah.
take what they give it to him and just make them play and win. So if you look at that, it's really showing and benefiting Chelsea because Maresca is doing well, which I said it like I think he knows what he's doing, and I also think Ruben Amorim knows what he's doing, and I think it's going to be different from my. Now, will it get to the point of Ferguson? I think that's a long way to determine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
All right. And for the longest time in a while, we get a Monday fixture. We look at Newcastle West Ham. By the way, this is one of my favorite parts of the season because there are games almost every day now once we hit December, right?
Yeah.
It's about to get very interesting, very hectic, very quickly.
Christmas comes early for
Yep.
football.
There's games every 3 days, games every 2 days.
Yeah.
All teams.
And
Most teams have 7 games this month.
CFL Cup, EFL Cup, there are still Champions League game. Like it's going to get crazy, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. All right, Newcastle, West Ham. West Ham has struggling this season. They've spent a lot this summer. They brought in
Yeah,
Lopetegui.
because Kudus is on red card.
Yeah, this
That answers the question.
they extended his ban, so not just I think he's was it a 3 game ban got extended to 5 games, so he's still missing. But it's not clicking for West Ham. So is
Yeah,
this
because Jared Bowen is not delivering what he delivered last season.
no
I
Antonio?
don't
I
think
don't know if
I don't think
Antonio has even
anybody in
scored this
this team
season.
is delivering what they delivered last year. Nobody's
It's
delivering.
just been off. It's
But
just been off.
Jared Bowen basically carried the team last season.
That's my
Yeah.
point. That's the
Yeah.
point. No one is doing that this season. And
Above
that's the
every-
problem.
I mean, also be fair to them, Antonio had been injured, but again, how that team is banking and putting everything on Antonio at his age, it just shows that there's a problem. They bought
Okay.
uh what's his
Okay.
name again?
Folkrug.
The German striker.
Okay.
I don't think he has gelled. I don't think he has settled down.
And he's
So
been having injuries too. So
Yeah.
yes, so Antonio is back. Mikel Antonio is back. I think they might.
Antonio's been playing. He's played for the last 3 or
He
4
was
games.
injured some weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that
he's been back for about 3,
it's
4
been back
games.
for a minute. Yeah.
Okay, so Antonio, but without Kudus, I don't think they have that creativity.
And Aya, you mentioned they've been investing because I'm hearing rumors of them wanting Christian Pulisic from AC
They
Milan.
bought a lot of players. They bought in Todibo at the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember who else, but they bought
Just
like
Man U guy, Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka.
they bought Wan-Bissaka. They bought like 6 or 7 players over the summer.
Yeah, they beat Man United.
They still want to buy. So let's see how attractive they will be when January comes. But with the way they are playing, I guess we don't need to say it about Newcastle facing them.
All right. So we're expecting Newcastle to take this one now.
I think Newcastle should win this.
Yeah, I think so.
I would agree with that. All right, and that would bring us to the end of week 12 of the season. We're almost a third of the way through the season now.
Yeah.
And the league is starting to shape up.
I know.
Also,
public service announcements.
Where they came from.
Public service announcements. At the beginning of the season, I had ruled Liverpool out of top 4. I'm taking that back because, like I said, oh, don't laugh. I don't know why you're laughing. Like I said back then,
how much we laugh? How many times did we tell
oh,
you?
don't. Oh, God. I said I need to see them play 10 games, 10 plus games. You know,
I don't remember you said that. I don't even remember.
I said it was too early to call. I said I don't judge by.
Are you sure it's still not early? Because
did you say 10 games? Did you say 10 games?
7 games to go.
12 games is impressive. Now I'm not saying they'll win it. I'm saying I see them making top 4. That's what I'm saying. Before I said it will be 5th.
That's not even enough. So he's not even seen them as a title winner. Okay.
No, they're a title contender. Top 4 contender. That means they can win it.
Top 4 is different from calling them a title contender.
Okay,
so
let me answer your question. I always say this. If I were a betting man, I would always pick City. Winning it 4 times in a row is no joke. So I'm picking City to win it. I'm picking Liverpool to make top 4. Earlier in the season, I picked City to win it, and I said Liverpool would not make top 4. I'm changing that part.
Okay.
We will make top 4.
So let me ask, is Liverpool a title contender, or are they just a top 4 contender?
They are a title challenger.
Okay. So you agree they are a title challenger?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. Glad you finally
I have one more question. Is Chelsea a title challenger?
I've asked that discussion so many times. We are going for top 4 this year. I see that Chelsea making.
So you're number 3. Why are you afraid? You are number 3. Why are you afraid to?
No, I'm not title contender because I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to be realistic. Yeah,
you are number 3.
We are building. Let us build.
Wait. Don't you have shame? You are number 3. Why are you afraid?
There's nothing you will say to make me change my mind.
You are Chelsea, number 3. Why not go for it?
Where I hope the coach is not thinking the way I'm thinking. I hope the coach is thinking of going for it. But because I'm a fan, I'm being emotional. I'm saying Chelsea is challenging for the top 4. I can't categorically say for the
or you just want to play Ombu. Then when you win it,
whichever you see, Ombu, play safe, or join. Chelsea is challenging for top 4, just like Liverpool and Arsenal. City is just unlike the rest of us.
No, you don't know our mission. We didn't tell you. Did I tell you that we are challenging? I won't tell you.
We too are still building.
Yes, now
we can end this now. Builders FC.
All right. If you've stuck with us thus far, thank you guys for sticking with us. Always a pleasure to have you guys on, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
All right.
Enjoy the weekend. Bye, guys.